Perfect, perfect. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me once again. Why don't we start just a little bit about you, yourself, and how you got Gotham City Crew started in the first place?
Yeah, so Claudio Juarez here. Just die hard, die. See, I can't even say it. It's such a struggle to be a Jets fan. See, even verbalize it is tough. No, die hard Jets fan. And actually, it wasn't until, from a Gotham City Crew perspective, from my fandom, I guess we have to take a couple steps back before why Gotham City Crew and why essentially the need to found the fan supporter club. So I grew up on Long Island, and when the Jets practiced at Hofstra University on Long Island, a bunch of the Jet players went to the same church that I attended. So when trying to choose a team, I grew up, my family's from Uruguay and Guatemala. From a soccer perspective, obviously Uruguay is consistent. They're always there. Guatemala, it's a rough watch. I guess that's my connection to being a Jet fan, the prep for it. So always in soccer to even it was life and nothing else. So even one time I played baseball instead of soccer, and my dad didn't talk to me for quite some time. Like that's how ingrained in our DNA in its life that how rooted it is into. So I chose the Jets because I'm like, oh, these players are cool people, and I'll just become a Jet fan. So, some of my favorite Jet fans, obviously, who have favorite Jet players, are rooted back to them. So it's like Kevin Y, Kevin Swain. He was between the Long Island Dragons and the New York Jets. James Dirk, long snapper, Chad Pennington, and also Derek O'Cotry. So those were like four guys of nice guys. I'm a Jet fan, and then I had gone to Michigan State for undergrad, and obviously you rep your team as hard as you can. So a lot of people from Detroit and surrounding areas, Detroit Lions fans. So we're the crap talking of the Jets to Lions fans. So you're growing more and more in your fandom. And then after college, I moved to New Orleans. And back when the Saints were the Aints, back early 2000s, they couldn't give away tickets to the games, just like the Jets have been for quite some time. And they would wear the bags over their heads saying it's the Aints. So I remind all my New Orleans friends about that when they get on me about being a Jet fan. And more elevation of just the fandom, protecting your teams, defending your teams, no matter how bad it gets. In 2005, moved back to New York, and Katrina hit in a few weeks later. So it was just a blessing to be able to get back. And then after that, just really, getting hardcore, being able to attend home games for the Jets back when they played at that other stadium, Giant Stadium. So then about 2010 had gotten season tickets with a best friend of mine. So I always just get on them because I'm like, you scam me to get season tickets because all season ticket holders, it's rough. So I'm with you between the increased ticket price to the sometimes you feel there's no value in being a season ticket holder because it just we don't know what a home playoff game is. So
Right.
that's when the real fun arrives, I assume.
Yeah.
I think hopefully soon. And
Hopefully you'll
then
find out.
so, growing up in the soccer world, for anybody that knows soccer fan supporter clubs, or if they're not in that world, they can watch on ESPN where they're seeing the smoke bombs, they're seeing the big tifus, and what that is the big banners that the fans hold in the stadium, making fun of the opposing plans or getting on a specific player. It's just a whole nother layer of banter and pride in one's team. And I remember I'd gone out to Pittsburgh for a game, reached out to the Jets trying to find out who their supporter club is, and it was like talking a different language to them. And it wasn't like speaking Spanish, because blessed enough that my parents forced me to speak Spanish. It was like, what are you talking about? What is this?
Yeah.
So went out to Pittsburgh and just talking to various fans saying, hey, would you come together to tailgate? Like, what is it? And that's kind of, I think it might have been 2011, 12, and just the wheels started turning there. Then 2015 off season, speaking to a buddy of mine, he's a big soccer guy too. And we just started thinking about names. He understood the concept. And with his help, my buddy Hector, we came out with the name Gotham City Crew. So that off season took social media and it wasn't what it is today. Video conferencing, WebExes were not a thing. And I found a person who tailgates. I told my dad actually my plan for starting a supporter club, and he worked his way up to become an executive chef. And he was basically all the health restrictions, all of what if the mayonnaise is in the sun? What about this? How long are you going to prep if you run out of food? So thief of joy, killer of dreams, as a lot of parents are. Except me, I have three kids and I'm a good
Okay,
parent.
okay, okay.
So I just found somebody who tailgates and kind of that's where it grew. And I would sell scarves out of the trunk and just tell people who we are, a little business card every time I would carry them all when I would work in that time at the city and I would see somebody jet ski or give them a card, hey, check it out, this is what we are. And it's grown ever since 2018. Blessed enough to have filed for the trademark of Gotham City Crew and was granted that after some some legal battles with some names. So that's where I learned about corporate attorneys and them not being fun.
Ah,
But
yes.
fast forward to 2019 June and received the trademark, and then have just been growing since then. And the other partners, Lou and Nikki. Lou's not my wife. I want to make that clear. Nikki's my wife, but I feel like I'm married to Lou too. So it's two versus one. And I met Lou on just highlighting tailgates like MTV Cribs. And kind of we got together over a summer. I took my shot into his DM on Instagram and we met up at a comedy club in the city. So it was like a date, non-date. And then
Yeah, it's
we
fun.
just kind of went from there. And through just his organization, Nikki's organization, my I'm a joker, but not the joke. Laugh at me, laugh with me, whichever, and just we've of bringing Jet fans together. I think I had a call come in and I hit ignore. Like they're not worth it, at least while we're chatting.
Okay, I was just making sure. It looks like your recording stopped, but I think it's still going.
We're back.
I think. Yep, we're back. We're back.
All right,
Yep.
back.
Uh,
Showtime. So take two.
take
No,
two.
and then I was saying that with Lou, met him, wonderful with logistics. Nikki's very organized, and myself, I'm like just a social butterfly of just meeting people, shaking hands, making sure people know what is going on from a Jet fan world. And it's really just evolved to being a place for fans and then just a place where fans can come together, feel welcome. And even if they have a friend that's part of another team, they're welcome too. Obviously, there's banter there, but never aggression, never any drama. So that's kind of the story of Gotham City Crew.
What
Oh
what
no!
time
I
to
told you
pop
it's like,
in?
see, it's like Lou and Nikki. Because before I was saying I was married to Lou, but no, I'm married to Nikki. But it's like two of them versus me because,
It's
see,
true.
always outvote me.
It's true. I'm
Hello,
taking a
Hi, Nikki.
gamble.
Nicole.
How are
I'm
you?
taking a gamble here. I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good.
I was
Glad you finally.
I was doing the ultimate mom move, trying to
Mm.
take the kids for a drive to knock them out. It worked on one, but not the other. But we'll see. He said he wants to stay in the car, so we'll see. He's got the tired eyes.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
And then would you say that your children are Jets fans, Nicole?
Yeah, they will be.
They have no choice. So
Yes,
we
they
were
will be.
actually just going off the story of Gotham City Crew, how it came to start, and then kind of how we all connected together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know how you guys met.
The goddamn Jets. Seriously, we met we we met at a Jets tailgate.
So many people don't
Gosh,
believe
no
it,
way.
but yeah, it is absolutely the truth. I have been a Jets fan since 2011, and
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
had I had one Jets fan friend who got me into the Jets, and then I met Claudio and I's mutual friend Hector. I met him on a
She was my
vacation.
friend first.
He was your friend first. He was wearing a Jets t-shirt, and I was like, "Oh, hey, the Jets!" And neither of us had a lot of Jets fan friends, so we decided we're like, well, we get back to New York, we have to get together for a tailgate, hang out. The more the merrier. And it was four of us. I brought my friend who's not a Jets fan. She would just go with me for the fun. And she wasn't a football fan at all. And Hector brought Claudio. And that was in 2012 when we met. I couldn't stand him. He was too much. He was just too much. He's a very big personality.
Too much for you.
Too much
Oh,
for me.
sorry.
You're right. So that we met at a tailgate. We stayed in touch solely because of the Jets.
Yeah.
And then we ran into each other again at Jets, the draft at MetLife Stadium in
2017. Yeah.
2017. We ran into each other. I actually reached out to him because he was the only person that I knew would definitely be there. And we
Yeah. She took
hung
her
out.
shot.
We hung out. We had a great time. Um, and then
Total gentleman.
he was a total gentleman. He was a total gentleman. We hung out.
That
He had
evening.
collected, at that point, he had collected more Jets fan friends. So we're starting to kind of build Gotham City Crew. Yeah. And then we started dating from there, and I jumped on board to help him manage it, and keep him a little bit more grounded, 'cause he's got some big,
Yep.
big, wonderful ideas, so
Yes.
A lot of them. A lot of ideas.
yeah,
That's awesome.
that's how we
That's
met.
Yeah.
awesome. Nikki, have you been a Jets fan your whole life?
No. So I'm kind of the anomaly in my family. I'm the athlete of my family. I have two older brothers who are both musicians. So I was the only one who was really ever into sports. And I would say growing up, we would watch the Super Bowl. That was pretty much it. I actually, when I was little, I hated football because my birthday is January 26th. So when I was young, the Super Bowl fell on my birthday. And no one paid attention to me because they were paying attention to the football game. So I hated football from that point because I'm like, it's my
Marsha,
birthday.
Marsha, Marsha.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I got over that. They put the Pro Bowl my birthday weekend, so now the Super Bowl is the following weekend, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I would say I would more root for the Giants when I was younger because that was just kind of what you did growing up in New Jersey. The Jets were like the lesser
The
than
Jets.
team, which
The Jets with the Jets.
actually is the Jets were the Jets and the Giants were winning. And actually, that's what I love so much about the Jets and being a Jets fan is it really, people always ask, why are you a Jets fan? We're in this together. Like we're in this misery together. And there's so much camaraderie with the fan base because of that. So,
Yeah.
I found that Giants fans were really more fair weather fans and would say that they're Giants fans just because they were winning. But to really be passionate about something, to be passionate about a team that doesn't give you too much to be passionate about, you really find your community in that. And we've made some tremendous friendships because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You kind of talked about already how it started, but why did you guys want to be founders of a fan club in the first place? What was the draw? What was the excitement?
I
Walk me through that.
I don't I don't at least the beginning because obviously where Gotham City Crew is today is because of so many people. It's because of the organization of Lou and Nikki and everybody that supports. But when the seeds were being planted, it wasn't even planting seeds to say, this is my end goal, because there was no end goal. There was no unknown anything. All it was I grew up in a football soccer world, and games are so much more fun because in soccer they're all singing the entire game, they're jumping up and down. Growing up, we used to go to other sporting events with my dad, and he's like, why are people talking? Where's the tambourines? Where's the drums? Like, where's the fan home field advantage? And it just started because I didn't have any other friends that were really Jets fan except the one that scammed me to get season tickets. Because he had me rolling on the 50-yard line, and I always remind him to this day. But it was just more like, hey, it adds to the experience of game day because I know my best friend so much. So we're gonna eat a hero with a couple of beers and behind our car that I would even try to sneak into other tailgates, but I would bring bearing gifts like, here's meat, I don't want to mooch off you. And it would be like,
Let
shouldn't
me
we
in.
come
Let me be your
together?
friend.
Like, here's beers. Please be my friend.
Yeah. I
And
did a
then the traffic
similar,
sucks going back to New York,
yeah,
and
I
then
did
it
a
just
similar thing.
grew from there. Yeah, so that's what it was. And it was just even people when I was slanging scarves out of the trunk, people were like, what is this? Like, what do you guys do? What's your name? What does that mean? So it was so many unknowns with absolutely no direction except I just want to hang out with other fans. And then it started obviously contacting the Jets, like, hey, start getting group tickets and then getting more group tickets. And then it evolved to having a home base with Lou with the tailgate, which has been just an absolute blessing to full J3, our home at MetLife Stadium, and then the venturing into away games. So no direction in the beginning to just really meeting so many Jet fans and just loving being away because it's confidence, it's feeling secure in numbers. So that was the great thing about away games. And then after that, just really like you connect with the people, they start seeing, Nikki calls it a family reunion because every fall the season's going to kick off. It always kicks off with the NFL draft. We'll always host a home tailgate, fan appreciation one. And then lately we've been blessed to attend the draft. Lou went to Kansas City. Last year, Lou and I went to Detroit. This year, heading to Green Bay. So just meeting the people, it's where it's gone now. And with all of the support that we do, our main driver, it's bigger than us. That's why when the team is doing bad, a lot of you can just kind of chuckle it off, but you always get the questions of why do you do what you do? Because the team sucks. The owners, they have enough money, but our main driver is being able to grant wishes through the Marty Lyons Foundation at the end of the season. So all the support that we get on tailgates, merchandise, we've made the commitment to grant as many wishes as we can for children that most likely aren't going to make it. So when people are like, why do you do what you do? We're like, that's the purpose of why. And along the way to get to that end of the season goal is we help create memories for people and become a connector of the folks.
Yeah, I'll jump in on
Wow,
that
yeah,
one because
that's amazing.
that's the big passion point
Yeah.
for both of us. It's and Lou and everyone
And
who is
Lou, yep.
involved. Yeah, everyone who is involved. It's like Claudio said, it's bigger than us. We always say, I say it the most, we can't control the outcome of the game, but we can control the fan experience. And for us, we're all parents. We all know what it's like having parents of our own who wanted to pass on some kind of a fandom or a hobby. And it's one thing to just show up somewhere with your parent who's trying to pass on their fandom that they've had forever and they want their kid to be invested in that. And, just the two of you get tickets, you go to a game. Okay. We enhance that. We give people a place to go ahead of time. We give them other fans to connect with, games to play. We make it a priority too. Like we're a friendly face to anybody. It's not just about, yes, our passion point is the Jets, but like we said, we can't control the outcome of the game. We have no stake in what happens on the field. The visiting teams that are coming, they're just as passionate about their team. We don't need to fight about it because it doesn't matter. We're fans of our team. They're fans of their team. We're connected in that, even though it's not the same team. So to be able to, help people have that road trip, that could be their one road trip ever. We were very blessed recently that we were on a very serious road trip and we met a family and they ended up, we had no idea. They reached out after the fact and said, we were there with our mom who has since passed away. And that was our last trip together. And it was so special, meeting you guys, having the energy, more meeting Claudio, having that energy, having that, like them, just adding to that experience for them. And it's just, you never know if this is someone's first game or their last game or their only game in their life. So to be able to enhance that for people, that's just everything to us. And it's not about them walking away and saying, Claudio did this, Lou did this, Nikki did this. It's not about that. It's about saying, oh my gosh, we had the greatest time together. We had amazing food. We played these great games. We met these awesome people and everyone made us feel so welcome. And then we went and the game wasn't what we expected, but you know what? We had such a great day together and that's everything. That's everything for us.
Yeah. Wow, that's very touching. I almost got a little emotional there. That's amazing. Well, yeah, thank you guys just for doing that for other people and all your fan base. And it's amazing to see. And it is, nice to see and touching to see that, football isn't just football. It's way more than that. It's just a part of a bigger community that is so large around the United States and everywhere else in different countries now as well. Just keeps expanding. So it's awesome to see. My last question for you guys is, why did you want to partner with us? Why did you want to partner with Fan Day Nation?
I think the initial outreach that was given to us, obviously with social media, this is one of the social media can be toxic at times. Everybody's experienced it, but the part of where we're speaking now is the positive part. When we were reached out to, Lou fielded the message and spoke with Matthew and just kind of, just the initial touch base. And I think the fact that people can have a conversation and that initial convo was via over the phone and just speaking really at a comfort level instead of here's a questionnaire, answer that. So number one is just the ability to speak and connect from the mindset. And then from what you all are building is communities within communities that further connect people with people.
Right.
And like Nikki said, we have a niche of the Jets fans, but it's a so much bigger world, and that leads to the platform that you all have will allow people to say, "Oh, I'm a Jet fan since forever. I didn't even know this existed, And then obviously with not just focused on the Jets that you all are, it's focused with an entire network. That's going to touch so many other interests for folks that it could open their world of not knowing how to break into that world or just like, hey, my wife's a fan of another team because that does happen and the house is divided. And they're like, oh, here's the
Oh
different
yeah,
sections that they can
our
go.
house is divided for sure. So
Oh, yeah. So that
Well,
happens. And I think just number
and
one is the community you all are building
the
aligns
community
with
and the core
our community
values.
that we're focused.
Yeah. And the core values really seemed aligned on just, it's about the positivity. It's about being the connection point for people. like we said, yeah, Claudio said it, we're a niche market, just being the Jets, but at the same time, we're on the road all the time, and it could be someone that's in a city that we're going to visit that's like, hey, I'm going to this game, because I can drive to this game and it's the only one that I can go to, and it's not
Yep.
neither of the teams or teams that I support, but I want to have a great time. I want to meet people, like good people, or do something positive. Like for us too, the amount of charity work that we do, especially with the Marty Lyons Foundation, that is such a passion point for us. The more avenues that we have to spread the word about that, we're all for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
awesome.
then when we met everybody, oh, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
When we had a
No, no, go
WebEx
ahead.
with all the folks, it was just like we all just clicked, and it was just so easy to speak. And you're like, you all are wonderful. And then hopefully they said, Claudio, you're wonderful, and God bless your patience dealing with Lou and Nikki. So I think that's what they understood me.
Oh man. Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, babe. We need to write a little dictionary for Claudio. We have there's a big Jets fan base in the UK that they come over once a year, and one of the guys brought me a slang dictionary because I told him to
From
slow
the
down
UK.
when he was talking. I'm like, slow down, hold on, I'm not catching what you're saying to me. So the following year, he
Yeah.
brought me a slang dictionary so I could understand him.
Uh, that is funny. Oh my
It's
gosh,
funny.
that's
It's like,
great.
yeah, it's having these moments with people. Everyone's looking for community. I feel like that is in this world. Leading up to our COVID year, we were going that way with everyone retreating into their phones and social media, and then when we went all virtual and people are afraid to get back out into the world, it's like finding a community is a challenge. So we want to be as welcoming, as inviting to everybody who's just looking to have fun, make some memories, you know. That's it. We really enjoy being a connection point for people, and it sounds like you guys are about that as well throughout sports. So bigger
Yeah,
than
for
just that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited to partner with you guys. We'll talk more about, get deeper dive into it, but this is
Yeah.
kind of just an intro and what you guys are,
Yeah.
what you're about. So yeah, hearing everything, I just heard, I'm really excited, and I bet the rest of the team will be too, when we get this out there. So
Yeah.
thank
Thank
you guys so
you.
much for joining me, and it was great meeting you, and we'll probably talk again pretty soon. So
Yeah.
Well, I know here
Pray for me. Pray for me.
I'm like
Pray
running
for me.
home and have the kids. Our daughter is starting to
I
wake
st
up in the
I
back
stole
seat.
that
That
from
I'm
her
like,
because